What's up out there? Welcome back to some more Melvor Idle Adventure mode, and we are on episode 18. In the last video, I was trying to get the final township task that I needed so that I could buy all the skilling gear. So I did everything I could. I completed everything that was easy, real low-hanging fruit. I don't remember which two of the Throne of the Herald ones I got, but I ended up getting some of those done, and that pushed me over the edge, so now I now have 80 of these done. So that let me come over here and buy all the skilling gear out completely, because you needed level 80 for these boots. So I now have all, I'm sorry, not level 80. You needed 80 township tasks to be done so that you could unlock this. Requires 80 township, level 60. I keep getting this mixed up here. And I just had a really big brain fart having to figure this out. So it requires township level 60, but you need 80 township tasks to get the boot part done. And I kept coming over here and seeing the wrong thing. Way too much caffeine probably this morning. But so I now have all of these skilling suits bought. Now, the key thing with these skilling suits is that there's only so many of them. These correlate to a lot of the skills over here, but not all of the skills over here. So what I did is I pivoted from doing any combat at all to just straight up non-combat. There's a couple of things, 2, 3, maybe 4 things that I want to get done on the non-combat side before I go back into combat. First and foremost, now that I can make all of these skills, I want to get agility done. Agility is the first skill that I want to get completely 120'd out. Aside from farming and township that just works passively, I want everything done in agility. We get the combat pillar, the elite combat pillar. We get all the different obstacles to choose from. That helps us throughout the entire rest of the game. And there is a skilling suit for it that I now have. So I want to go do that. The next one is going to be astrology. And I'm doing agility first because there are some things that benefit both sides. But I already have all of the astrology stuff done. This one here, there's one more. Well, I've got this one. This one's fully maxed out too. So this has got all of the things that affect, well, this is global stuff. So global mastery, global XP, global gold, this is already done. So I don't have to worry about that. The specific one to agility, I don't remember what this mastery level 99 one is down here, but I've already got the XP and mastery maxed out, and then the interval one maxed out, and the gold one maxed out. So I think this is probably more of a thieving related one, but I don't remember. But at any rate, I already have everything I need for agility from astrology. So I don't need to work on astrology at the moment. What I need to do is get agility as far as possible, get the elite pillar, get the regular pillar done, get everything set up so that I can then come back and get astrology up to 115. Now, 115 astrology is the very last constellation. So first, we're going to work on agility. We're going to get that one done, and then we're going to come back to astrology. Once this hits 115, I'm going to try to get all of these masteries at 99. I don't care what level astrology is when it's finished. I don't need it at 120. I just need all of the stars filled in because we're trying to do skilling at this point. Whether it's combat, non-combat, whatever, I want all the bonuses that I can get, which means agility, then astrology. Then I think I might work on fire making, because fire making gives you the cape that is universal. And I have that cape on. In fact, I'm wearing it right now, I believe. Actually, I'm not. I'm wearing the woodcutter's one. So I want to get the superior version of the fire making skill cape because it gives you like 8% XP. Where's it at? It's probably equipped on some other side of it. Here. So this one gives you 5% global skill XP, and the next one's going to be 8%. So we'll get to the equipment sets here in a minute. So especially with like these superior skill capes and stuff, or regular skill capes even, once you have the skill cape, there's kind of a trade-off of whether the fire-making skill cape is better than the other skill cape, because you might be able to double items, which is very handy on some things. You might be able to work faster, which might be better than the XP bonus. So there used to be a time when I would have universally said, I'm going to get fire making up to the max possible and then use that skill cape to do everything else. But fire making is very long and slow to get there. And the bonuses are not necessarily as worth it as the other stuff, if that makes sense. So I'm not sure where I want to put fire making in. I'd like to get that 120 cape because it's 8% XP, but at the same time, I don't know. As far as the rest of these skills, crafting definitely needs to be at 120 because I want access to all the rings and amulets and stuff that's in there. So that would be the 4 that I'd be concerned with. Cooking wise, getting cooking all the way up would be great, but I've already got the mastery, and the mastery is kind of like the more important side of it because that makes all food heal for a little bit more. So I don't know. We'll figure that out. But I've got agility up to 115 now, and I had to. So I had to go back and forth between various things. Like I've had to do some fishing and all kind of. You start one thing, you end up 5 other places. So the first thing I ran out, I needed potions. Actually, I've needed potions twice now, so I've had to stop and go fishing. But you have to go get poison fish, and then you got to go into herb lore and make them. And I do that in batches, and I pushed to get this one at level tier 90 or mastery level 90, whatever you want to call it. That way, I actually burned up some of my mastery XP to get this. But that way I get level 4 potions the entire time. So the key thing that I'm trying to do is focus everything in on agility. And that meant going in and getting all of the tablets and everything I needed from summoning. So I've spent a fair bit of time with herb lore and fishing and summoning, and now I'm off to wood cutting. So the problem I ran into here with this obstacle is I don't have either the levels I need or the material. And I was trying to figure out what was going to be the easiest thing to get. This takes no requirements and it's for agility. So this is like the one I should be going to get. It's going to take a whack off of the agility XP that I get, but get a little bit more mastery, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if this is a good one or not, but this is an easy one. I only need trees. So out of everything in here, like I'm only at 96 Slayers, so getting 110 Slayer is going to be a lot longer down the road. 110 for these skills is going to be a lot longer down the road. 115 mining is possible, and that's what I want to go for, but I'm only at 109, so mining's got a long grind that I don't really care to do that grind at the moment. I could do the thieving one, but we're still going to have to level up for fishing, get fishing to 110 and get thieving up to 110. Thieving's basically there, but fishing is kind of far away. Well, I mean, a couple levels. Is wood cutting the best answer? I don't know. Red oak logs are what, 112, I think, something like that. Yeah, 112. So I decided to push into this. I don't know if this is the best way to go or not. I mean, I'm almost to 110, and I don't know. This may not even be the most efficient way of doing things. I'm not sure, but that's what I've elected to do is just go into this one. And I am fully taking advantage of all of the township stuff with the little scrolls and everything we get. So I've been running all those things. The other thing I've done is I decided to just go all in on skilling. So because we've got 4 gear slots, I just basically unequipped all of the combat stuff. So I've got one set up for agility over here. I've got one set up for wood cutting now. This used to be fishing. That's why earlier I didn't have a tablet in here. I couldn't figure out why. It's because I was set up for fishing. I never switched it to wood cutting. Over here, I've got one set up for herb lore, and I've been moving I've got a couple of these signet rings. I've been moving those as needed. Actually, I have 3, so they're all in use. I just don't have a 4th one. And then I've got one for summoning. So I'm basically leaving some of these set up. I'm going to be coming back to herb lore frequently, and I'm going to be doing summoning frequently. So I've left those 2 basically permanently set up, and then I keep coming back to agility. So we're not going to be doing combat for a while. So I thought, I'll just go through and set these up. And then the second one, I've been setting up for whatever skill I need to work on for supporting the other skills. So that's kind of where we're at. A whole lot of this, but there's a lot of things, a lot of these I need to push forward anyway. I need wood cutting. I need mining. I need smithing to go up. Probably fletching. I wouldn't mind getting fletching up into here and getting the better bolts out of this. That'd be really good too. Crafting, definitely want to get into these rings and necklaces. But I don't necessarily want to push everything to 120. Like, I don't care about rune crafting at this point. You can't use any of the higher tier runes, so there's no benefit to going over 99 or even beyond where I'm at right now. I can do all the runes that I need. This is just going to mastery, so there's no real point in sinking time into it. With mining, I definitely want to get up to meteorite, because once we get meteorite picked up, that means I can start doing stuff in crafting, because there is some meteorite rings and amulets and or necklaces and stuff like that in here. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Is as soon as I got all that skilling suits unlocked, I pivoted over, started doing non-combat stuff, and that's kind of where I'm at. I am not going to push into more of the tasks at the moment, meaning I need to get 15 more tasks done before I can get this skilling outfit upgrade. I'm going to wait on this. So there are certain skills like summoning that doesn't have a suit for it. But once you upgrade this fully, once you get all of these, once you get this upgrade, it sucks all these in. You got to buy 4 of these and then upgrade the hat, the body, the pants, and the boots. You upgrade all 4 pieces, you get the main skilling suit. That is general. That goes to everything. That's 8% skill, or everything non-combat. That's 8% skill and 8% mastery. Until you get this token, you're only limited, you are limited down to just the skill suits that are for those certain skills. So that's what I'm going to work on right now, is the skills that I have unlocked, which agility and astrology are the first 2 that come to mind. And then, of course, there's one for wood cutting, fishing. I think fire making's got one. I don't believe cooking has one, but like we've got mining. Yeah, see, I don't think cooking has one. So some of these skills, I'm going to wait until I get the full suit, and I'm going to wait on combat until I get this, at least agility and astrology at 120, or agility to 120, astrology to at least 115, max out all the stars, and then I can come back and do some of the rest of this. But that's kind of where we're at. What I'm curious about, and I'm kind of contemplating running all the combat skills up to 120. What I'm really curious about is when we get up into, like, Into the Mist is done. I've got an Into the Mist guide that I need to make. I haven't made it yet. I've recorded it a few times, and I'm not really happy with it. But I've beaten this thing 4 times with this account in kind of a hard mode, the harder way of doing it. What I'm curious about is once I get all the agility stuff, get my combat pillars for agility set, how much easier this fight is going to be. And then impending darkness. Now we're going to have 120 agility, 120 prayer. We have the capability, let's just say we have the capability of accessing everything that's 120 agility, 120 prayer, 120 crafting. I mean, you've got access to some serious gains on this. I'm kind of curious how impending darkness feels now, because I don't want to say it's going to be a cakewalk, but I think it's going to be a lot easier than it used to be. So I don't know. That's where I'm at right now. And that's going to be where we're at for the time being, is just working on, God, I've done agility for days now. It takes many days to get all this done, and it's probably going to be another 3 or 4 days to finish this, I would imagine, because I have to take breaks. Like I have to stop right here, level something else up to get this, and then I'm going to have to level something else up to get this, and then getting that elite pillar means probably going further into mining and smithing, because I might need divinite, so I might need to go down into 115 on mining or smithing too. I don't know. That is where we are. That's what I'm doing currently, is just plowing away on non-combat stuff. So that will do it for this video. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.